Okay, we're gonna start off right away with one of my favorite tips. So Nick can set this orange thing right here with this like really epic Gaston move. I've been trying it for a few minutes now. I'm gonna try to climb the thing. And you were supposed to go like this, right? Shoulder, get the foot down. Get tension off of that and cross into this, which for me is not my biggest strength. It's one of those things that I'm not particularly good at because it's like off position. You have to land a really small foothold and get tension when it's far away. So the first tip I have is to utilize your strengths. And one of my biggest strengths is that I'm tall and good at big moves. So that's what I'm gonna do on this climb. Try and use my height and power to my advantage to climb the boulder. Success! Woo. Actually a really good start to this session. This is technically the hardest boulder in the gym, but for me this one suits me so much better than some of the others that it felt manageable. My way of climbing it with a wide kind of like compression from the pocket, hard to compare if it's easier or not. The big difference is that for me, like, it allows me to really gain a lot of tension in these extended positions, which is something I really need to climb at my best and to utilize my strength. So yeah, we're off to a good start. We're gonna continue this trend of learning things on a few more boulders. We're moving on to another climb, and this one is quite challenging, almost the same grade, one step below, but on semi-big holds, but big moves. And the big tip I have for this one, or in general with any climbing that you're doing, because this one is like quite three-dimensional. You have holds on these boxes. It gets quite confusing, most of it. So what I always do is I visualize a lot in terms of how I'm gonna perform the climb before I've tried it, like before I have any information on how it's gonna feel. And a very good example is this move. I go off of these two crimps and I have to get all the way up here. And the intuitive way, when you're just looking here, not really visualizing, is like, oh, you'll grab these holds, you'll try and get your hand up here and figure out the rest after. But what happens there is that I'm in quite a strange position with my shoulder that's not gonna allow me to really rotate unless I have like an endless amount of strength here. So the way I visualize it, by just thinking that bit extra, is what if I can go like as an undercling to it? It would require more reach. It would require me to go like from a left foot here and really step up. But once I grab it, I know it's gonna be good. So I think about this in advance before even trying the boulder. Test out the theory, and if I'm correct, boom, I've learned something. I've gotten better at visualizing, and it's something you should do for every single climb you get on. So let's try it out on this one and see if my visualization technique worked or not. Oh, like a charm. Okay, so worked out perfectly. When I hit this hold with the left hand, because the thing is, I knew like if I get the left hand on this one, this is like a good hold. But left hand like this, hard. Like, even with the right hand still here, I knew I wouldn't be able to hold it. And that's what I was trying to think about in beforehand, like which positions allow me to hold the holds in the best way possible. And going left hand like an undercling, even though it's obviously very stretched out, it's like a no-brainer, because once I get to this hold, like I can do anything. Okay, we're gonna rest up for the next climb. And while we do that, let's talk about today's sponsor, LMNT. All right, so LMNT is an electrolyte drink that I am honestly so freaking hyped about. I struggle a lot with getting hydrated. I generally, like, my training sessions can too often start with me just having a double espresso in the morning and a double espresso in the afternoon, and then basically no water. And that's a terrible way to live your life. I try not to. I try to always stay hydrated, but with this drink, it's never been easier for me. So even as I'm editing this video, I'm drinking it, as the mixture between magnesium, potassium, and sodium keeps me alert and focused, which helps my work a lot. And I would just like to add that for any athletes out there who struggle with cramps, like I have for many, many years, electrolytes and getting that salt into your system is essential to get rid of those cramps. And since I started drinking this, I've actually gotten way better at this. I have actually not had a single day of cramping since I started taking LMNT. So that's another good reason for you to get it. So we have a special deal in the link down below, which means that you'll get a free sample pack, so you can figure out which taste is for you when you make one purchase at the LMNT store. I would recommend this one. This is the one that I take the most, called Raspberry Salt. Tastes fantastic, so get a box of this. Also, if you're not entirely happy with your purchase, then LMNT offers a full money-back guarantee, meaning that you can give your salty, tasty deliciousness to a friend if you don't like it, and get 100% of your money back, no questions asked. So just follow the link in the description and make your first purchase today and get that sweet, sweet sample pack. Now let's head back into the video. So the next important lesson isn't how to visualize, but it's connected to it, and it's how to remember beta, essentially, how to remember how to climb the boulder. And something I've done throughout the years is kind of like a practice that we're gonna do for this green one. And I don't have a lot of data on it, but I visualize the climb and I have a beta in mind. And it's gonna be to go right hand to the pinch in the start, move the feet up, go left hand to the sloper, bicycle down low, and then match the sloper and jump for the pinch. Get the left foot up on the big pinch down low that I had before, going out to the left hand pinch right away. From there, I'll move my feet over to the small, like kind of big foothold on the left, right foot up on the big sloper, match the foothold, so I have left foot up and toss the left hand up to the pinch that's like kind of like a sloper up left. Match that one and go for the last hold. So without knowing a lot about this climb, I can still remember the entire climb. And it's not something that I've always been able to do. It's something I had to practice. And it's something that you should practice if you don't already. Because a lot of people have that error that they don't quite remember the climb when they're on it. So they start panicking, they start tensing up, and you have to know every single move before you get on it to be able to perform at your best, which is something you want to do on as many climbs as possible. Next up, I'm gonna try to do this kind of like powerful compression climb that goes into this top, and I'll give you the tip in a minute, because first I have to try the climb and then we'll start talking about an idea that I have. So let me hop on it once, we check out the climb, and I'll give you some information right after. Ooh. Oh, this is perfect actually, completely unintentional. I was worried I'd flash it, because the tip I have is when you fall on a climb, I see so many people just hopping on from the bottom again, like resting up and then hopping on, which is the completely wrong approach to become better at climbing, because you don't want to practice the things that you fall on when you're the most tired, because then you won't properly learn how to do them. Like, that's not how you progress as a climber. You progress by hopping on where you fell, which was here, and figuring out when you're in your optimal shape what you could have done better. Of course, the fatigue will add to that, so you'll need to optimize it. But if you always try to work on your skills when you're the most tired, you won't learn anything. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna figure out what happened. I lost tension of the left hand when I was applying pressure on the heel and didn't make it up to the next hold. So let's try it from there and see if you can figure out the rest. Okay, so here I was. Left heel up, tension, slap. Okay, there we go. Okay, nice one. So the rest of the climb was hard, but should be manageable. And now I know what I need to do. My issue, I think, was that I didn't give myself enough time to apply pressure on the heel here. And when I went from like a half engaged heel, I couldn't hold on to the left hand anymore. So yeah, now we know what to do to complete the boulder. So let's do it. Oh no, oh no. I did it wrong. Okay, well, we know what to do. We try it from this move again to make sure we know exactly how to move our body. I was starting to doubt if I had the left foot here when I did the move the first go, or if I let it go first. So I'm gonna try it just letting it go, because that felt the most natural. And just climb this move once. Yeah, okay, it's cool. What happens is that if I don't have tension from the left arm and I get the hold, like, since I'm a little bit more tired, I need to make sure I'm licking the wall and staying close to it, because the way I can stop the momentum is by pressing off the left arm. And I missed that on the go before, because I thought, I was like, oh, once I get to it, it's easy. Oh no. But now I know a little bit better, and I'll have to try harder there. Ooh, kind of got stuck with my thumb here at the top, but it went well. Okay, so you see what happens when I do the move in isolation and learn it first, is that I can get a lot of confidence, and confidence is key in any hard climbing that you do. Being like aware of how you're gonna move will help you tremendously, and that's basically what I did there with a big move, like making sure that my body is locked into the wall, and that once I get the hold, I know I'm gonna be in the right position to hold it. So yeah, let's find another climb and continue this process a little bit. Next up, for my most controversial tip of all time, and that is that sometimes you don't need more advice on training. Sometimes it's best to just climb around, have fun. So I'm gonna just hop on a few boulders, but there's not gonna be more distinct advices in this video, aside from just having fun and enjoying climbing. That's a Natalia Grossman quote, actually. Love, what is it? Love friends, climb with friends, have fun, love life. Ooh, cheeky knee bar. Nice. That was fun. The knee bar just found itself in there. That's a good climb. I'll do a few more. So I tried this purple climb last session, and it was like, ooh, I just had zero power in the pocket at the start. So I couldn't do the start move, kind of, or like the second move. I'd be super psyched if I could do this climb, so I'm gonna give it a go. Nice! That was good progress. Last session I didn't actually get to this Gaston hold, and that felt relatively okay now. So I'll give it another burn. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am so physically weak at like pockets. Definitely my biggest weakness as a climber. So this first hold, it's like climbing a 50-meter route for me in terms of how tired I get. Once I was past it, I could kind of like start to recover a little bit, and we were successful. So that was good. But yeah, one more would be fun to do. Okay, so I'm mega hyped about the last one. I was, yeah, kind of surprised to do it, but I also have one more. That's my nemesis. Like, these holds are so heinous to me. But this is a relatively easy climb compared to the others. So it's gonna be a good challenge. It has like everything that I'm dreading. You know, these holds. I think there's a mantle type move at the top and everything. But let's give it a good flash burn and hopefully succeed. Oh my god, this was cool though. Like, I really rotated around my hand. I'll try the top first. Wow, okay. I think we're good with a little bit of rest, but I'm definitely feeling the fatigue hit. So I'll just try and finish it off. Going out right was okay. Their holds are so terrible, but since it's kind of lower in grade, it invites more like positioning that I'm not giving into, that I definitely should. Like, try and tense my feet, position my hips and do it well. So I'll do that on the next attempt. Success! All right, cool. We're gonna wrap up the video there. I hope you learned a thing or two. And if you did, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be even better than this one. Goodbye, homies.